But that's also a solo thief, so it's just fucking zipping around.
All right, so we've got Rob with a Necro here, so he'll be applying some conditions and whatnot to us. Let's all go in on blue team for the MGs here.
Do you require my assistance?
Rob, you can go invulnerable or whatever.
That's what I'm trying to look for. Right there, it is.
I think it's white.
All right, so I'm gonna link the build one more time. Boom. There's a couple traits that have changed since I did probably the last training, or since it was posted in Discord. Just in the last trait line in Inventions, and then the last in Scrapper. So double check it if you have ran it before, and just make sure you're on the same page.
Yeah, because I used to
this
have.
is also the same build that is on Meta Battle.
It looks like I used to have adaptive armor, I guess, instead of the kinetic accelerator. So the quickness is better.
Yeah, I mean, adaptive armor is not a bad option. It's more of a personal survival option. So if you're learning Scrapper, if you're getting squished a lot, if you're roaming, that'd be the one to take. But in a decent organized group with guardians and all that, it's good to try to get in some quickness for the group instead of personal survival.
Last we checked it, it gives you 400 more barrier on your bulwark gyro. So not really that much for having that trait.
Yeah, you don't do that much with the barrier, so the bonus there's kind of not that big a deal.
Gotcha.
And then the top one, there's a choice in the last one in Inventions, where the top one would be one of the choices where you do extra condition removal when you grant protection. So that's you might get more Condi clears on paper, but you don't
lose a
really
lot,
apply a
too.
crazy amount of protection to be triggering it, and you're always healing yourself with a lot of your med kit, your F1. So that's a lot of passive heals that you're getting without even trying. So the medical dispersion field is a pretty good option for getting raw heals out. You might not get quite as many Condi clears, but the passive healing is a pretty easy win. All right, so the purity of purpose. If you look in the alchemy, the last one there, that's kind of the big quote unquote nerf that NG got. That used to do a lot more with turning conditions into boons versus just removing conditions. But it's still decent. It's still decent. It does a lot of conversion that you can see, where that kind of chart it has there tells you exactly what's going to happen. If one of us has fear on it, then you cleanse it, it's going to actually turn into stability. All right, but yeah, beyond the nuts and bolts of the traits. So the role of the Scrapper is pretty specific. The trio of support in World vs. World is the Heal Firebrand, the Heal Brand, the support Scrapper, Cleansing Condi, and then some Tempest Raw Heal, as well as Condi removal. With the Firebrand doing a lot more boon application, stability, blocks than they are healing. And they're not really removing a lot of Condi. So the Condi removal is on you. That's the Scrapper's specialty. Welcome. And I'm going to throw a couple settings at you right quick to make your job easier. go into your game menu and your options here up top there. And check out the first set of checkboxes there in the top tab. Thick party health bar, thick squad health bar, always show party health bar, always show squad health bar. For any kind of heal class, and probably anybody, want those checked. And as well, if you hit the P for the party window, uncheck the box there for view as grid. Yeah, I can, yeah, for sure. Yeah, so the setting, yeah, go into options. So the top tab there for general options. And then that, those checkboxes there towards the bottom in the first set of checkboxes. Thick party health bars, thick squad health bars. Always show party health bars, always show squad health bars. So those are pretty helpful if you don't have that set. You can definitely see what you're healing a lot easier with that. Be more aware of your group versus the enemy, because your job is the group. All right, so that is just going to make everything in general probably easier. And then the other thing with the P and uncheck the view as grid, you can see your party in a squad better. You can see your actual health bars and see if people need conditions removed or not. Skin, there's a little alcove there with guys to talk to. Go in the blue side.
I just found another setting here that's been pissing me off for a while, and I didn't know how to turn it off. In that first tab of settings, going all the way down into combat/movement, there's melee attack assist that I apparently had on. That was preventing me from running through people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely would turn off melee attack assist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, while we're in there, the ground targeting fast with range indicator in that same general options towards the bottom. There's nothing with Scrapper particular that's going to affect that, but for anything use ground targeting, that's a good one. And then for the camera, you would want your field of view all the way to the right. You got to see stuff. Yeah, any questions you guys have as we go, by all means, type them out, talk, whatever. So yeah, this is pretty easy pace. We are all friends here. Ask questions as needed. All right, so as far as what you're trying to do, it's mostly clearing condies. You also have your stealth, of course, with your elite. But other than that, there's the heals in your med kit and your clearing condies. How do you clear condies? So there's a couple of options that you have. And one of the best ones is combo fields. There's kind of a basic rotation that involves going through medkit, elixir gun, and blasting stuff. A lot of light field blasting is going to be where you get your condi clears from. And you have a blast with your shield by double tapping shield. You have a blast in your elixir gun, and you have a blast in your medkit. which those can also be used to blast fire or stealth fields or whatever else is needed. So kind of how that would look if you're trying for a lot of blasting, if you're trying for a lot of Condi clears, this kind of standard rotation.
I almost yeeted myself off the edge with the elixir gun one.
That's a good call. Yeah, I will mention the that movement can really mess you up. So using the NG stealth, you have your instant blast of your shield 4 you can double tap. So when you hear the stealth call, you're pressing your elite and then you're double tapping your 4 to blast it. Not only can you put it out, you can also blast it. Everybody else blasts it too, and then stealth just grows exponentially. The NGs are spread out, 1 per party, so the stealth applies equally. Hopefully the Guardians and the Warriors and everybody else is blasting it. I think the cap is 5 people that can blast it per field, which is why the NGs should be spread out.
Yep.
And I mean, if you're quick on your roll, you can even blast it twice or maybe thrice, but no real need to because other people are also going to blast it. So that's one of your main things that you have group-wise is that stealth gyro. And once you've used it, you have a cooldown, which is fairly extensive, 44 or 45 seconds. So if the commanders called it, then they don't really have a great timer in their head for that. So you need to kind of let them know. If you think they're going to attack, like tell them stealth is not ready, or stealth in 15, whatever that countdown timer is. That's kind of something you can be vocal about, or at least type something to kind of let me know that option's not available to me if I'm getting antsy and trying to push. But that's pretty simple. The stealth is pretty basic. I think we've seen that enough in fights. The rest of it is also blasting, but working into medkit and elixir gun. So the starter would often be elixir gun because you have the fumigate, the 3, the poison spray. So that is a nice Condi removal as well as poison spray. It's directional, so you want to be a bit behind your group. But if we're pushing through something and you can spray that, then whatever Condis they're putting off are falling right on, As well as the residual, whatever damage you're doing to them is, just bonus. But beyond that, with the elixir gun, the jam is the 5-4 combo. So the 5 being the field and the 4 being the blast. That's area Condi clear. But that 4, as you can see, knocks you backwards depending on what direction you are facing. That can be good or that can be bad depending on which way you're facing and making sure you're not facing the edge of a bridge or
Just
something.
don't yeet yourself off a cliff.
You can weapon swap right after the effect to cancel the knockback.
That is an excellent call.
Wait,
yes.
hold on, what?
So yeah, you can drop bundle, quote unquote. You can weapon swap, and you can stop that motion in midair.
So I do want to be clear on that though. Just going into your utility and dropping out of your kit does not cancel the effect. You have to use your weapon swap keybind.
Okay.
I'm pressing 4, but I cancel it, and it kind of you'll get the effect, but it's a little bit of timing stuff. Yeah, that's the main jam. The 1 and 2 don't really do anything. Like it's spraying with the 3 and then the 5-4 combo for the Condi clear bonus.
Auto attacking with 1 through a light field does cleanse in the light field. It's a cleansing bolt.
the quick, I guess, kind of clear burst you're going to get is from the blast that you have with the 5-4 or the fumigate. And then that's where it's a bit learning the pace of the fight and kind of what you need to do reactively. Because it's a lot more about reacting to us getting hit with condies versus just spamming stuff indefinitely on a rotation. And if you're just spamming stuff, you're wasting your condi clears. That's a little bit where it comes into play with watching the party health bars and seeing if people actually have condies on them yet or not. So a little bit of patience with it. You can spend a little time in Elixir Gun doing your combos, doing your spraying. You can drop the bundle, you can go back to your shield, and you can blast if there's some, because there's going to be fields out there from other classes, like Guardians and stuff, to blast as well. You don't have to get hyper-focused on blasting your own things. But beyond the medkit, getting that combo in... I'm sorry, beyond the Elixir Gun, it's into medkit, into your heal skill. Works just like the Elixir Gun, you got a whole new set of skills. It's fine. Can you not? Can you back off? Okay, let's practice Elixir Gun here. So the same type of deal we got is with the 5 being the blast and then the 3 being the field on this one. You got the 3-5. Now the 5 is way slower because it's kind of a bomb thing. But you can get a combo effect on that one.
If you do 5 then 3 real quick, you can actually make a blast off real quick.
Yeah, because the 5 is so slow, you can do the 5 first. Exactly, yep. And everything else is massive healing. The bandages are good. You can spramming 1 is good. The medkit is your water. So if your healing calls for water, that's a cue for going to medkit and getting your 3-5 stuff going on. Doing everything you can to burst out some really quick healing. And the same thing with the Elixir Gun. You can kind of sit in medkit a bit. Don't feel like you have to kind of rotate through to other things too quickly. So so after pressing
medkit.
6, yeah. The 6 will put you into medkit, and then you have a different set of weapon skills for the 3 and 5. So then, beyond that, there's a little bit of observation on your part as to, do I need to stay here and do more healing, or are we kind of good on the medkit now, and I can switch my rotation? Because it's also with the cooldowns. All the cooldowns are pretty quick. But the big skills with the blast are not quick. So like your 5 is a pretty long cooldown on water, on medkit. So if it's a really intense, we're needing all the supports you can muster, because the blast cooldown is so long, you don't stay in medkit as much. So like if it's just crazy, we need all the condi clears we can possibly get. You're getting your combo off, you're hitting a few things, and then you're rolling right back to Elixir Gun. Because in Elixir Gun, everything's going to be ready again. And then you're rotating through. And then you can go right back to your shield, blast stuff, and then you can go back to medkit. So it's kind of those 3 you have to kind of keep rotating through, paying attention to whether more healing or more condi clear is needed at that time, and not rushing it. Beyond that, the missed heal a lot is the F1. your bandage self, which is also your super speed. So you heal calls for super speed. That's your jam. It works because of the trait that whenever you heal yourself, you heal other people. So in a fight, that's actually a really good heal. The F2 is really one of basically your only stun break. So keep that on backup, just in case you get whacked. And then the F4 is really the only stability you can manage. The defense field. That little bubble is solid for if we're getting pew-pewed, if we're pushing across something. That if you're getting harassed, that'll help you a lot. That'll save you. Generally, the Guardians are going to cover us initially, so save that for a bit further into the fight. But yeah, if we're getting pressure later in the fight, that can really save us. The other utilities you have with the gyros is where it's kind of situational. And they're mostly about a push or a getaway, because you're going to get super speed from both. You don't really want to use them both at the same time. And the bulk word is going to give a bonus of some barrier. But there is also a field you can get to blast with that, so you can blast that with your shield. The bulk word having a swiftness field you can blast, so that's how swiftness can be stacked. A thing with super speed. People don't really know how super speed works. Super speed is only super if you're in combat. If you're not in combat, it's just regular swiftness. Does that make sense? So you'll still move fast if you get super speed and you're not in combat, but ideally it's used when we're already in combat to be even faster. And then you can have swiftness on top of super speed for super duper fastness. Yeah, so the on-demand super speed you have that's easy is the bandage self. Actually, I may be speaking out my ass. That might just be for yourself. That might not give other users.
It gives it to everyone else, yeah.
It does, okay.
It's 12 seconds for yourself and 5 seconds for allies.
So it is 5 for allies, okay. But the other one is the
Itself
gyro.
and function gyro on yourself, and you also get it from the end of the last pulse of purge gyro and bulwark gyro.
Yeah, that's pretty key. It is towards the end of the gyros, so if you're expecting it in it like right away, it is that heal skill. The gyros will give it out kind of slower. Now, the function gyro is not really used a lot or used that much, I think.
I mainly only use it for the super speed.
Yeah, the F5 is kind of different.
It's good on downs, no?
Yeah, it will perform a finisher, but it can be damaged and destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
It can also pick our people up, but it does just heal. It's not a just one-shot res.
If it takes any CC, it breaks.
Yep.
So it's pretty delicate. It'd only be good if a down's off by themselves somewhere.
Yep.
That's basic support scrapper. The rotation between medkit, elixir, the blasting, you get better with time as you learn the rotation, as you learn the timing on the skills. And you're way tankier than you appear. Like, it is actually a really tanky build. Let me ping my gear. The rune's not set in stone. Some people might use monk. Durability is not terrible.
Yeah, I'm running durability. Makes you even tankier.
Durability is really good for everything.
Yeah, and the boon duration. So all of the condies that you convert last longer. But Monk Rune is also incredible for the healing output.
A little harder to get.
Yes.
You have to get
Or
those dungeon tokens, yeah.
I was gonna say, or it's really easy to get. You just run the
Yeah, you can do the reward track, but you can buy
run the
one.
reward track, and just eventually you'll go, oh, I have 1,000 of those.
For like the instant though, water runes are a good sub.
A note on the pistol is that it can be reflected. So if they have reflects up, don't be playing around with your pistol too and get damage sent back at us. There is a way to get extra stealth that is referred to as out of combat stealth, where you would real quick swap out one of your gyro skills.
Bulwark.
And you would make that bomb kit.
Yep.
Where's bomb kit? Bomb kit.
Yeah, always
There it
Bulwark. Because if you get caught in it, you definitely want to have Purge Gyro at all times.
It's preferable to have per gyro. Okay. So you're getting the bomb kit, you're using it real quick, and you're pressing the 4 field. The 4 field is the equivalent of your sneak gyro. You're pressing that, and then everybody can blast that, including yourself with your shield.
And your
Or
F3
your big bomb.
turns into a big old bomb, which is another blast. So it's F3, 4, and then you use your 2 blasts. And that's out of combat stealth.
So it's not the craziest thing in the world. It adds in a couple extra things that you have to swap, but it gives us a whole extra set of stealth. And then if we time it correctly, we still have the stealth gyro, so we can do that, and then we go, and then we do the stealth gyro on top of it when that's wearing out, and blast that. So the super excessive. Yeah. It's it's a little weird.
Bomb kit is what we're doing that exactly.
All right, so one more time. In the case of out of combat stealth, you would put bomb kit on your bar in place of bulwark gyro.
Okay.
And
What
then
was the skills with that?
once you go into that bomb kit, it's the 4 for the smoke field, and then the F3 to blast it. You can then drop the bomb kit and go right into your shield and blast it with your shield as well if you're quick. At that same time, everybody else is blasting it while we're hiding behind a gate or whatever. We do that quick stealth. We can run out with that stealth, and then we call stealth on the run, and everyone does their stealth gyro, which we can blast on the run with our shield. And everybody else blasts as well. And we have a ungodly, you can get it to like 20 seconds. It's pretty ridiculous. So that extra level and that moment to set it up out of combat boosts it significantly, so you can get much farther in stealth.
Okay.
Yes, you can hotkey switching build templates and have a build template set just for out of combat stealth with just that one thing changed. And then switch it back once that is done to your regular template.
And they have moved the template thing, if you don't have a hotkey for it, all the way to the left of your skill bar. There's an up arrow. You can flip your template there too.
Nice. Yes, that's true. Yeah, a lot of people didn't notice that above your weapon swap. There's a little selector box now. So yeah, that's out of combat stealth. It does take people to be pretty comfortable on NG and with their skills to be able to pull it off. And of course, we have to have enough NGs to pull it off too. If we have insufficient NGs, a lot of our stuff goes out the window because you're only going to stealth your group, and then the group with no NG gets no stealth, and they see those 5 people coming at them. Another note, mini pets do not stealth. Do not use mini pets in World vs. World. And if you glide, you lose stealth. If you attack, you lose stealth. Yes, okay, maybe I can go over the blaster specifically, yeah. Yeah, so this is a little bit of mousing over your skills and kind of looking at the wording a bit, but
I think some of the confusion that might have been happening there is that you said F3.
oh, I see. That might have, yeah, I gotcha. The big old bomb, yeah.
Mm. But with the build you gave us, F3 is chemical field.
Oh, okay, I switched position. I got you. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. All right, so that's, I mean, honestly, that is, I'm not a highly, I don't play Scrapper a lot, but that's kind of the basics of it. Maybe Testita or Spine can add in some stuff I might have missed, but I mean, the rest is really just practice and improving kind of your timing and your reaction and pumping out those cleanses when they're needed. All I'd want to do from here is just to practice it. We can have the other guys load up some condies on
I
us,
am back,
kind of
I'm
one at a
sorry.
time. Welcome back.
I don't know if anything was asked of me.
Not just any other things you wanted to add in. At this point, it's just practicing it.
So mainly, one of the more difficult things and what makes it really easy to get back to tag is just trying to maintain as much super speed as you can while rotating through your medkit and e-gun.
Are you maintaining super speed with your bandage and your gyros, or what is your kind of thing?
Yeah, so I generally start off with my bandage, and then I'll use a purge gyro, and then my function gyro, and then my bomb kit, or function bulwark gyro, whatever goes there. And then by that time, you're pretty close to having bandage itself back off cooldown, and you just do it again.
Yeah, that's so quick.
And if you just keep going through that rotation, while also going through your E-gun and your med kit, you can pretty much just maintain a steady flow all the way through a raid.
Yeah, I find it kind of smooth and relaxing, the rotation on Scrapper, compared to a lot of other things.
A tip that I definitely would suggest while getting used to doing out-of-combat stealth is have it set to another build template.
Right.
It definitely made it easier because you can also go into your settings and set a keybind to go to template 1 and template 2. So I think mine is like Shift Alt 1 and Shift Alt 2 is those, so I never accidentally hit it.
Rob, are you awake over there?
Yep.
Let's get some condies rolling. We might have to have a second person go.
I can
Go.
spot. Are you just wanting condies?
Yeah, that'd be the best, I think. All right, I think Chase volunteered. Everybody else stepped back.
Ooh. Well, hello. All right, I'm gonna go. Definitely don't need more condies than this. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we'll have to add in a burn
Yeah.
guard or something.
I'm on the way. I jumped a Scourge.
So that's you might hear us talking about combining a couple different condies and like cover condies and stuff like that. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. A burn guard plus a necro have different
Oh, actually,
types
I
of
think
condies.
that would actually just make more sense since I am a DH main.
You don't even have to have condi damage set up. It's just for illustration. But
Oh, mine just exists.
I figured it would. But yeah, the burns plus the poison and the bleed and everything that the necro is doing all just amplifies, because when you're removing conditions, you're removing one type of condition. So and there is a little bit of patience with it too, and kind of letting condies stack up a bit. Like you can watch Chase's skill bar and watch his condies building up kinda and see the stacks. So like there's numbers on it. Like if you see the poison, it's got 3, 2, and then it'll go up and down as it gets hit with stuff. So if you only got one stack of bleeding, if you only got one stack of poison, not a huge deal. If you're getting up into the 5, 6, 7, you're dying quick, so you need to take care of it. But that amplifies with more types of conditions.
As
It
they
gets hit,
say on The Simpsons, I'm in danger.
and that's where that that epidemic thing comes in, because that's just throwing conditions all over everyone like a giant disease, and there's too many to be cured. So that's when the scrapper has to go into overdrive and really just purge everything.
Alright, y'all ready?
So yeah, kind of keep an eye on Night Shira's health there. Or actually, you're good. You had your chance. Go Manu. Kai, go for it.
Do you want to just AoE, or am I 1v1?
Just apply some condi pressure. Try to get out some.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was only going against one person, or...
Yeah, just one.
Go crazy. Yeah, that hurt.
Got
Now
some
you can
res.
use your function gyro. Yep. And get them right back up.
Nice. Do I have to, when I do out of stealth, when you, that big old bomb is like 3 seconds, do we have to like wait a second? Like, do I have to give it time? Because if I move or anything, no? Oh, okay.
You just want to drop it and immediately drop your light field, because then you can also swap and drop your 2 other blasts.
Okay.
The light field will last the entire duration, but you always want to start with that, because if you don't, it will not last the duration.
It's fine. Go like 60%. Like let's
Okay.
let's give a little more practice. Yeah, whoever wants to go next. BC's in there. Try not to let him get below 50% health. If he does, back up and give him a minute.
I did stand there though because I wanted to see what was going on. I didn't. I mean,
You asked for it.
Yeah.
Testitas, that's a good point. Yeah, Fumigate's not really going to help a lot in this case. That's more for helping group. Rest there.
See, you use a lot of function gyro. Instantly back up.
We'll try this again after people get another shot and do it with a person so you can try to protect someone. But yeah, next person, try it out. Go, go, go. Testitas got it.
There you go.
Tiny char.
Good use of stab.
Oh, it is sure.
It's really just practice for you. I mean, we'll it's just practice on removing the conditions. That's all.
I mean, I'm 100% down to just fire into all of y'all and y'all try to sustain.
Same.
Yeah.
Because you're
There's
supporting the
probably
group, not
too
yourself.
many of us. Let's try to group up in like groups of 3 or 4, and then you can kind of rotate through and hit them.
Everybody move to a subgroup.
Kind of.
Not subgroup 2. We are the enemy.
All right, BC, come over here. Yeah, we'll take a shot. All right. We'll go first. Puppet can get in on this. Give us some Condi.
Oh, is he against us?
He's against us. That's all that matters. You're invulnerable. You're probably against everybody.
No.
No? All right, yeah. Hit it up. Spine. Condi me up. Go ahead and get my med kit on. All right, it's getting hot there. We're going to have to move. It's that bad. We're not standing still. Let's start fumigating. We're going to red. Keep hitting your F1. We're going to move up. Standing still is not going to work well because of how wells and stuff work, so we're going to just
Yeah,
move
also
more.
I was seeing a lot of Torment get applied there, and Torment
Yeah.
is really nasty if you're standing still.
Very true. So we're going to just shuffle a bit, make it harder on them. Practice not standing in red circles. Always good. We'll rotate our defense shield to kind of simulate guardians. Stay away from the other group, though. And if you're fumigating, make sure you're spraying your allies. Gotta get the bugs off them. Bed bugs. Condis are bed bugs. Alright, we'll circle around left here. We're charging. Let's go. Let's pushing. Got my shield up. And it hurt. Need massive cleanse. Going med kit. Alright. Doing pretty good. Gonna rotate back through, back the way we came. I'm gonna stealth. Stealthing. Blast it. Stealth, stealth, stealth. All the stealth. We're getting out of here. Super speed. Alright, next group.
For Fumigate, turn auto-targeting off and it will not track on enemies that you are hitting. And then you can like aim it at your friends. Much easier.
Good tip. Yes, auto targeting off.
Alright.
You guys could probably even split up into 2. There's a lot over there.
Puppet, we're white, by the way.
Yeah, we're involved.
All right, go at it. Blow them up.
Same group? Which group? There.
The other group on the would be your left, I guess.
Alright, so Marsh, you're the only ones gonna die now. Yeah, they are.
Just don't stand in the wells. Wells are bad. A lot of condies. Clear the condies. Clear the condies. Let them res. Let them res. Come on. Let them res.
Crackers.
Withhold epidemic. Yeah, let's go a bit easier there.
Is he using that thing?
No, no.
I don't know. I don't
I'm
know.
not, I'm not using it.
Sorry, I didn't see the explosion. It was just the lineup from the baby gate. There's just a lot.
Oh, stealth attack. Look out. We're going in. Let's put their Condi to the test. Everyone against Condi.
Super speed.
You have enough NGs, it doesn't matter. Epi is now authorized.
Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine having that on any raid night.
Right.
How ridiculous this would be for anyone to try to actually fight.
That's the backbone, though. If we can get our NGs and our Guardians right, we can fill in the damage easily. And disengage. Stealth, 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 stealth. Don't shoot them or you don't get stealth.
You get punished.
And attack. Fumigate. With our non-damage. Spike heal. All the med kit, all the med kit. Yeah, that's the gist of it. This is pretty much just practice at this point. But we'll disengage real quick. But yeah, any questions on kind of how it plays or what it does in group or anything at all? So the med
area heal.
Yes, that one's not Condi clear. It is heal specifically. But you do the 5 first and then the 3 because the 5 takes a long time. It's like a time delayed bomb kind of.
Bitches.
No, I don't want spike.
Oh, I did. I was going for it.
Oh, are you? Okay. I mean, that's how we're gonna be. I have no mind. Goodbye, sweet Char. Goodbye.
Hey, y'all are doing great.
That was really good though. I think honestly, a lot of condies were cleared right there. I don't have Arc DPS up, but I imagine we're in the thousands.
400. 420, 402, 355.
You have 3 people
348.
over 400.
Yeah. Oh, one didn't count because he died.
We're just competing for condies at this point. Not everybody can
No.
clear them.
That's exactly it.
I'm not
Whoever's
even on
getting
the
him
list.
first. Oh, you're on mine.
But yeah, let's get out of combat here and stop killing each other for a second. Yeah, it is competitive with the scrappers and cleanses.
So the thing is you will always cleanse your party first. So the scrapper with the least cleanses, if they're in a really good party, they're really not going to get many cleanses. Because then you are truly trying to just steal cleanses from another scrapper. If your people don't have condies on them.
Oh, that must be why I'm not number 1.
There's always somebody standing in something. So there's
Who
always
is comp
condies
for
to
stuff?
steal.
Deceit is always number 1.
Yeah, I figured.
That's a good point though. A good group might not stand in as much stuff. That's fair.
I have a long video of me getting like 1,200 cleanses in a fight. Doubling the scrappers below me.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay too much attention to Arc. It is kind of a
100%.
guide, not a.
But I am definitely still a meter maid.
That is basically the extent of my training here. So, unless anyone has something to add or any last questions, then
Awesome. Thanks, Kriff.
thank you guys. I appreciate you coming out, and hopefully we get more scrappers in the runs.